Hey guys, it's Smiles Behind Lupus, Cheryl. Trying to figure out a better angle because my son said hold it this way, but it makes it seem like you're looking, even though you're looking straight. Anyways, so sorry I haven't vlogged earlier. Today I've pretty much been in bed all day until we went and we just took family photos, and we just I looked a whole lot better then. Messy hair, long hair, don't care theme. Rocking my natural. I'll insert some photos of our photo shoot. But I think I'm going to combine today's vlog since I started so late with tomorrow's. We're going to be traveling to Atlanta to take my son to the airport for Saturday. So I will try to make sure I get that out for everyone by tomorrow. I'm just trying to, figure this whole YouTube and using my phone and all of that out. I have to ask my son, why does it look, I'm looking directly at the camera, why does it make it seem like I'm sideways? I have no clue. But yeah, the trial and the error of learning. But yeah, today's just been sitting, laying around because I just still don't feel good. My cough is, I don't know, it's just seeming not to get better. I'm using the Teflon pearls that the doctor called in, but I just feel like I have fluid like on my lungs or something. I don't know. And I'm just, of course, just exhausted. But as we know, that's what happens with lupus. You're just tired all the time. So, I may try to vlog a little bit more tonight. If not, I'll resume tomorrow. Peace. I'm playing with the camera. Sorry. So if I do it vertically, then it will show. But if I turn it horizontally, it makes it seem like I'm turning my eyes to the side and not looking at the camera. Hey. Life. Well, guys, I got most of my stuff packed. About to wash my face to get this lipstick off that I never ever wear. I've taken my medicine. I just really still don't feel good. I'm really tired. I just got off of sorry, my TV's loud. First 48. Hadn't watched it in forever. The Medjar dose pack, like for me, when I take any steroids, longer than a week or whatever, I take my 5 milligrams a week prior to my infusion. I really don't, it doesn't really affect my muscles. But if I take anything that's stronger, I get such like pain in my shoulders, my muscles, they hurt all over, and it is so frustrating. But like I cough so much that I feel like, I told my husband, I was like, I think like I feel like I cracked a rib or something. Like it hurts so bad, like I can't get any relief. I'm just praying that like once we are back from Atlanta, that I can like really get some rest, because we have literally been nonstop. My husband has a local nonprofit track club, and it's pretty much year round. So we have pretty much been going nonstop since about October of last year, and we just completed the Junior Olympics. This we got back on the 6th. So much needed rest is really my body screaming. But I try to, I guess I get so frustrated when, I know the other Lupies can understand when you, like, I was so active before I ever got diagnosed. But I always have had illness, but you know how hard it is to diagnose. And I guess while I'm sitting here, I could just give you a brief, a little bit about it. I do have 2 other videos that I made prior, but like I said, the quality was not that good, and I don't know if you can really hear me or understand it. So, pretty much, you know, I'll try to insert some photos of like what I used to look like, how smaller I was compared to how much weight I've gained. I know I've gained like 70, 80 pounds since being diagnosed, but like I can remember as far back as like I was like 10, I used to always have UTIs and no one could ever tell me why. I had a bout where I couldn't walk when I was in high school for like a couple weeks, and they thought I had MS, but then they ruled it out. I had so many female problems, miscarriage. They kept saying like, oh, well, you have endometriosis. I had to go through a hysterectomy in my 20s, so I do have my son who's 16, but I did want other kids, but, God has his plan. But it's like progressively, like I would still go, you're young, you're active. I traveled, I worked 2 jobs, like I always, was doing, but like sometimes, I would just be so tired, and I could sleep all day on the weekend, but I would just be like, oh, just because I got so much going on. When I would be in the sun, which I never was an outdoors person, so that was a plus for the don't be in the sun thing. But I guess like when I would go in the sun, like I would be so tired, and I would just be like, oh, well, it's just because, I was out and I was just drained, just chalking it up, not even knowing. But pretty much like fast forward, I had to have back surgery. Like I had a herniated disc. It was like 2011 that they found out I had the herniated disc. And I went like the entire year. Like I didn't want surgery. I was trying to do physical therapy, tried to do pain management, like the injections, epidurals. And it got to the point to where like, the numbness, the pain, it was just horrible. And the doctors did a nerve study and they were like, look, you've got to have surgery. And they were like, you're having nerve damage and it's going to be permanent, so you've got to get this surgery. So preparing for the back surgery, I went in kidney failure. I ended up getting a UTI like I always used to get them, a drop of a hat. Was on antibiotics. I started vomiting. I was like, man, this is like no other UTI that I've ever had. Ended up in the ER. My kidneys were completely failing. I think my creatinine was like 4 point something. Basically, it was the numbers of a person that was on dialysis. And I spent the 5 days. It resolved itself. So I went ahead and I had the surgery. First surgery was a fail. I re-herniated after 3 days. I had to wait 6 months. And then I ended up having to have a fusion. And if you don't know, I had to have a posterior lumbar fusion, and that's where they put the cage and the screws in your back. So I have that at L5S1. But as soon as I had the surgery and I'm coming out of recovery, going in a room, all of a sudden the nurses are freaking out, like, are you okay? You're okay. My heart rate, it spiked so high, but my blood pressure bottomed out. So then I went in adrenal insufficiency. And from there, it was just like downhill. Like I was still, trying to work. And it got to the point to where it was such a struggle, that I was like, well, I can't, do full time. I'll just try to do part time. And at the time, me and my husband hadn't got married yet. And, he's like, well, you just need to quit trying to work. And I'm just like, I have a child. And yes, I know we're, together and engaged. But, in the back of your head, you're just like, I just can't just stop working. Like, who can do that? You know? So I wasn't getting any better from the surgery. And my pain doctor was like, something else is wrong, because at this point, like, my legs, like, the muscle tone was completely gone, in my legs. Like, they hit you with the reflex hammer, and boom, nothing happens. And I've had a career, 15 years in the medical field, clinical, and something is wrong, and when certain signs that the doctor is trying to assess you, and you're like, oh God, like, what is it? So he drew some blood work, and it came back. I had a positive ANA. My SAD rate was, high as heck, and was crazy. The doctor he wanted me to see, she was on maternity leave. So he sent me to a different doctor. He was like, I really don't want you to go here, but you got to go to somebody. So I went to this guy. He did some more lab. He's like, oh no, you don't have lupus. So couple months went by, and I told my husband, I was like, look, I'm not getting better. I was like, something is not right. And I said, look, that doctor should be back from her maternity leave. And I said, if she says that, hey, it's not, then I said, I'll just deal with it and just have to figure whatever out. I went to her, and she did, more blood work of her own. And she's like, you have lupus. She said, even if I told you didn't have lupus, you were going to have a mixed connective tissue disease. So it was like a sad day, but a happy day, because you knew in your mind, like, you knew something's not right in your body, but you just didn't know what. But now you finally have an answer. So now it's like, what do I do? So that's pretty much me in a nutshell when it comes to lupus. I am 36, and I'm a mother of one, but I have bonus children. Me and my husband have been married for 2 years, together for 5, and I gained 4 bonus kids. So they are all grown. So I am truly, truly blessed, because he is such an amazing man. Like, it's an age difference, but he has been there for me from jumpstart. Like, and if I need to lay my behind down, he'll say, lay down. Like, I don't have to worry about, I know some people have to, like, oh, I gotta have food ready by this time. I gotta cook, I gotta clean. No, my husband literally steps up before we ever got married. Like, he will cook, clean, do whatever he needs to do to take care of the house, and he's not gonna gripe if I'm in the bed or I've been in bed for 2 days straight. He's not even that type of person, and I'm so thankful, because I've been married before, and I've had experiences where that wasn't the case. So I'm truly thankful, and you'll get to meet him soon, because we'll do vlogs as, couples Q&A, and home decor. Like I said, we purchased our house in December, so I'm doing a lot of DIYs. A lot of things are still in boxes, because like I said, we brought it in December, but we literally are on the road every weekend with the track club. So yeah, I can't wait for you guys to just get to know the feel of our family, and you get to meet some of the kids, and yeah, our life is pretty different, so you will get to see that, and it's going to be unique. So please bear with me with these videos, because you might be like, okay, she just did a 2-minute video, now she got a 15-minute, and she looking a hot mess. But I'm being real, being candid. I know that God has put me through a lot of things that I've had to endure in my life in order to be able to help and encourage someone else. And I can say, look, hey, I've overcame kidney failure. I've overcame being on oxygen, for 1.5 years, and God took me off of it. So it's like, when you have those flare moments, and sometimes you're so down and out, and you're just like, God, like, I don't think I can make it. he, like they always say, he's not gonna put more than you can bear. And I know sometimes you don't see the light at the end of the tunnel, but trust and believe there are other people that are worse off than you, or people that can't even make a video. They're not even on the earth. So hey, if I got to deal with some aches and pains some days, swelling, whatever the case may be, you know, I'm still alive. So, with that being said, I am going to get my little self in the bed. Um, like I said, I'm tired. We're gonna have an early start to just get everything situated. Like, I'm gonna make sure the house, like I always try to make sure everything's like kind of clean in the kitchen before we leave. Um, because I don't have our cleaning lady coming back until we get back in town. So you know how it goes when you want to go out of town. You want to make sure everything is right. So yeah, I hope everyone has an awesome and blessed day, or I'm sorry, blessed night. And I'm trying to decide if I want to upload this video tonight with what I recorded earlier or just add a day two. I'll probably add a day two, so you can kind of see the travel to Atlanta. And then of course on Saturday when my baby he goes back to Virginia for school with his dad. So yeah, I look forward to giving you guys more of me and more of our family and more about Lupus and more about DIYs, decor, everything, Q&A, relationships, just everything all in one. All right. Love you guys. Have a good night. Be blessed.